please. Perfect. Thank you, Melanie. All right. So let me add Melanie to my list here. Okay. So there we go. All right. Anybody else that joins is just in the single entry. So yay for everybody that's on time. Okay, perfect. All right, so tonight we are going to be talking about parties. So I realized when talking to a newer consultant that we've really not ever done a training directly on parties. So I'm going to screen share some stuff and show you guys how to set up a party in the workstation. If you've already done this before and it's just basically like meh to you, stay tuned because I'm going to talk about some integrations with some other systems that we will actually be showcasing in future calls. So let me move this piece of plastic that's under my desk that Maverick has found, and we will get started. All right, perfect. So let me share my screen. Hopefully it did not log me out of the workstation. I really hope it didn't. Come on. You would think after all the meetings that I share the screen on, that I would be really good at this, but I'm terrible at sharing the screen. There we go. All right. All right, so everybody should see my order entry screen. Now, if you don't know how to get to the screen, when you log into your workstation from the dashboard, you'll just go over to this tab that says orders. And when you click it, it's going to take you to the orders dashboard, which is where we're at right now. You can also hit the button that says view orders dashboard, which is kind of redundant because it takes you to the exact same place that I'm at right now. So I'm going to talk a little bit about some stuff that is on this section, and then I will move on. Okay, so first things first, you're going to see where it says create a party. If you guys can't see this, someone use the chat and let me know that you can't see what I'm talking about. So you'll see under new orders, you'll see create a party, you'll see individual orders. You'll also see the scent of the month and the scent and warmer of the month, where if you want to subscribe to them, you can, and you'll also see the consultant store. So first things first, I'm going to talk about how to create a party on your workstation. Now, this is important. Even if you don't have a host for a party, you want to always have at least one open party on your workstation, because when people come to your website and they order, when they get to the checkout screen, it's going to ask them to add their order to a party. If you don't have any parties listed, then they're not going to add it to anything. But if you have a party listed, then the chances of them adding it to the party are a lot higher. And when they add to a party that you as the consultant are hosting, you can then turn around and use the host rewards to purchase items that you gift your customers. So for example, when a customer orders on my website, at the end of the month or the first of the month following, I go through and I send out thank you mail, and I send everybody that ordered a scent circle. And so if they ordered under a party, I can use the host credit or the half price rewards to get a pack of six scent circles for either free or half price, so that I'm not coming a lot out of pocket, just the postage usually, for my customer thank yous. So to create a party, you'll just click on create a party. And my Wi-Fi is a little bit slow, so you guys have to deal with what I have to deal with on a regular basis. If it's an open party, you could name it your name. So Nicole could name it Nicole's Open Party, or you could name it Happy Fall, Y'all. I think that's what one of mine is called right now. I always have a party order on my website that is called No Party, Order Here. So I'm going to add it now, even though I have one open on mine. And so I always have one named this. And the reason that I do that is because if somebody just pops on and they're not, part of the party, like right now I have a party open for Amber and I have a party open for Dawn. But let's say that Nicole, I'm sorry, Nicole, you're just the last name that I see. So let's say Nicole goes onto my website and she's going to order something and she's not affiliated with either of those parties. Some of my customers will actually ask me which hostess to add it to, or they'll add it to this no party no party order here. I can't talk tonight. I'm so sorry, you guys. I blame it on the fact that I did a vendor event this weekend. And so I was talking to a lot of people, but we all know that I just stumble on my words all the time. When you get to this page, if you have a hostess, then you will use their name. So let's see, my last customer was my stepmom. So I would just add her name. I would click here and she would now become my host. Now, if I didn't want to do that, I could change it to me just by clicking use consultant as host, and it's going to come up and it's going to tell you all of the information. You just hit save and continue. Have I lost anybody? Does anybody have questions? Make sure you use chat or unmute yourself to ask any questions. Now, the online party page, you guys, I used to customize these pages. I used to spend a lot of time actually customizing them. And then there was some hiccups with them for a while and I stopped customizing them. But I'm going to show you guys, for the sake of showing you how to do it, how to customize the page. So if you don't want an order on your website, you would click this button here and turn it off. Okay. If you want it on your website, you need to make sure that it's clicked to yes. And when you start, it'll ask you to title it. So if you're doing a party with somebody, so let's say that my host is Nicole. Let's see. Hey, Nicole, friends and family. And then I usually will change this. I'm so excited to party with y'all and share. Now make sure you're typing in things that sound like you. I mean, I know that people in New York don't say the word y'all a lot, but I say it all the time. Share Scentsy and my favorite tips and tricks. Apparently I can't type either, so you guys are having fun today with you. Thanks for joining us and supporting Nicole's Scentsy addiction. And then you hit next and it will save that. Now you can use the default image, which is the catalog right now. You can upload a custom image and link or embed a video. Now, when you upload a custom image and link, when you click here, it's going to ask you to pick a photo. So let's see, I'm going to pick this because why not? And then you adjust it. And when it's where you want it, you save it. Now you can add a link. So if you're using a customer collection software, we'll call it a customer collection software, or like an online virtual door prize slip, then you could add the link here. You don't have to, but always make sure you hit save, because if you don't save that photo, it'll just default back to the default photo. Okay, now hit next again. And then it will ask you to pick your featured products. Now, if you're using a hostess and not yourself, I always ask my host to pick 3 products that they're interested in learning more about and why. So I don't want them to just say, hey, you know, I want to see this warmer, this diffuser, and this bar. I always ask them to tell me which like why they want to see them. Like maybe it's something that they want to know if it works in their house or whatever. Nicole asked, can we use a picture of ourselves with the warmers? Absolutely. You can put any photo you want in there. I used to actually use a photo of that said, click here to enter my drawing or something. So you can put anything in there. Just make sure that whatever image you use is within compliance. I will say that. All right, so your feature products right here, it is showing as the default. So it's the Aqua Glow warmer, which is a brand new warmer, the Amazon Rain Travel Twist, which is a new product, and the Vanilla Mint All-Purpose Cleaner Concentrate. If you want to change the products, you'll just click choose my featured products, and I like this warmer. And so the Aziza warmer here, and it has over 5,000 pinholes. Make this warmer absolutely stunning. And then you have to pick 3. You can't just pick one and let it pick the other 2. You have to pick all 3. So if somebody can think of a product that they think I should, let's see. Gingham gourd warmer. Could this be any more adorable? It's perfect to your fall. And then anything else anybody can think of? Let's see, what's a good, all right, let's do a travel twist. Let's see, Cardi's the cardigan, our travel twist, brand new. I can't wait to share all their pieces with you, and cozy cardigan is fabulous. So then you hit next and it will save all of those. And then here's where you pick your end date. Your party page will go live immediately and you tell it when to end. It automatically defaults at the 2-week mark. If you are a consultant that is around military, usually you're going to want your parties to end on the 1st or the 15th of the month. If you are trying to close out a party by the end of the month, so right now, today is the 19th, you can see that little arrow, it tells you that it's the 19th, 2 weeks from today would be October 3rd. If you need to close it out by the end of the month, then you would just hit there. It'll automatically default to midnight. So just hit continue, and now your page is live. Well, maybe once my internet is caught up. There we go. All right, so once you're here, you can copy the link, which I loved the copy link button. So I'm going to copy the link and I'm going to come over here. I want to new tab and I want to paste it there. All right, so here we can see my party page that I just created. So here's all the stuff that we just put in there. And basically when customers order, this is basically where their landing page is going to be. So that is what it would look like once it's created. Now, the reason I wanted to show you this is because I'm going to move this guy, hopefully. Oh, that's the reminder for normal time. There we go. All right, so what I'm going to show you next is we're going to go to Facebook. Does anybody have any questions really quick about how to set up a Facebook party on your website? I'm going to come back to this in a minute because I want to show you some other stuff on the orders dashboard. But sorry, I don't know what they're barking at. Okay, if you think of any questions about the order creation process, just drop them in the chat and I'll get to them. Now I'm going to go to Facebook and I'm going to show you how you create a Facebook event or party. Now, before I do that, when you're doing online parties, I'm going to tell you, you have the option of doing, you can do a Facebook event or you can do a Facebook group. It used to be that one was better than the other, but now they're both complicated. I struggle with my parties on Facebook on the daily. So if you have a party on Facebook and you're struggling for interaction, I promise you it is not you. It is something to do with Facebook and their algorithms. I'm going to just put that out there before anybody else panics. But I'm going to show you really quick how to create a Facebook group and a Facebook event. So let me show you how to do that. So first things you're going to do is from your Facebook home page, you're going to go over here to where it says groups. And once you're there, you'll see this button that says create new group. Now I am showing you everything from a desktop just because that's how I do Zooms. It is a little bit different to do both of these processes on Facebook, on your phone or your tablet, but it's completely doable. Oh, got a question. So Facebook only allows 2 weeks on events because events shouldn't last longer than 2 weeks. So it's a Facebook rule. Scentsy automatically defaults your parties to 2 weeks, but you can make them longer. You can have a party open on your website for up to 90 days, just so you know. After 90 days, Facebook or Scentsy will scrub it. So if you have a party and it's open 69 days, you better use your host rewards and close it out, because if not, they're going to delete it and you lose everything. So hopefully that answered your question, Nicole. So when you get on here, you're going to name your party. Nicole, oh, I'm clicked on it. Now I try to name it something better than Nicole's Facebook party. Let's see, we're going to call it Fall Bash, Fall Fiesta. There we go. When you create an event on Facebook, you have the choice between public and private. Now, I will tell you this, a public event, when people go to the public event page, they don't see any of your posts. They only see the event information, and they have to click somewhere else to see the discussion. So it's not user friendly, in my opinion. If somebody knows a trick to Facebook public events that I'm not aware of, let me know. So I always pick private. All right. Now, when it says hide group, you can choose visible or you can make it hidden. Now, if you hide it, only the members can find the group, but if you make it visible, people can find the group, they just can't see what's inside. So always make it visible. And then it says choose group size. So up to 200 members is a small group. If anything bigger than 200, you have to pick large group. It will cap out at 200. I'm sorry, but I don't know anybody that adds 200 people to a Facebook group for a Facebook party and all 200 have accepted. That never happens. So always pick small group. And then it's showing you a desktop preview, and then you can invite friends. So once you've done that, you hit create. Now I always create the page before I add anybody, because I like things to look a specific way before people see them. It's kind of like if you invite somebody to your house for your housewarming party, but you haven't unpacked your stuff yet. So kind of think of it like that. So once you hit create the group, let's see. Oh, of course they changed everything. Great. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Customize your group. So when you go into customize your group, it's going to let you name the, or sorry, you change the group color. You can add a profile photo. So change in the group color, and then you can edit the photo. Let's see, upload a photo. I'm literally going to pick the same photo because why not? I'm gonna have to delete all this anyway. So save changes. And then you'll go over here. Usually it asks you to make a post. Dun, dun, dun. Every time I go to do a training, I'm not even kidding, on Facebook, they change something. Let's see, switch group style. Maybe it's yes. Hopefully this is what we wanted it to do. Okay, there we go. All right, so make sure you pick the large group, because the large group gives you the look that we're all used to. Okay, so on here, I will always add a group description. So here is, where is it at? All right. Anyways, so once you've created that and you get everything set up the way that you want, you will invite your host and ask your host to invite their friends and family. Now, the big thing is when people are inviting to a Facebook event, they need to reach out to those people and they need to say to them, hey, Nicole, I'm inviting you to a Scentsy Facebook party that I'm having. Can you let me know when you get the invite? And it needs to be something personal. So don't give them a script, because the first thing that happens when someone sends me a script that someone has sent them from another direct sales company, I immediately, my brain shuts down and ignores it. I'm like, whatever, you don't even have time to like say, hey, how's things going? Whatever. So just so that you're aware that, you know, it's proper host coaching to let your host know to do that. Now, once you have that all done in a group, the cool thing that I like about groups, if Facebook will let me, is when you go in to make a post, you'll go in to do your post and you'll type something, and then you hit this little calendar here and you can schedule it to post. And then you can go in and you can post every single thing that you want to happen in that party when you set it up before you even invite your host to come to the party. And then that way they just, you know, start inviting their friends, and then that frees you up to have all the interaction. It's a little bit of work in the front side, but I think about it like this: when we used to do home parties more, you would have to like go through and pack up all your stuff. You would have to drive to the person's house. You would have to set everything up. You would have to do a product demonstration. You would have to answer questions, take orders, come home, put the orders in. And so like the couple hours that it would take to do a home party, if you spend those setting up your Facebook parties, you'll be thankful in the end, because it frees you up to interact with the customers. So if you post something like "Tell me Tuesday, pumpkin or apple," and every person that posts pumpkin, you could be like, oh my gosh, what is your favorite, you know, pumpkin thing? Do you like pumpkin lattes? Do you like pumpkin pie? Do you like pumpkin bread? Do you just like the smell of pumpkin, you know, whatever. Or if they say apple, you could say, oh my gosh, have you ever been apple picking? When we lived in New York, like that was our favorite thing to do every fall, was we went apple picking. So you know, you have the ability to like talk to people if you have everything scheduled out. So hopefully that helps with that. Does anybody have any questions about Facebook groups? Because I'm going to switch it up and show you an event in just a second. Okay, so if nobody has questions about Facebook groups, I'm going to go in and show you how to set up a Facebook event. So same thing, you'll see groups and then you'll see events. You click on events and you go and create new event. You'll see all kinds of things in the event tab that show like all that stuff that's happening. So you have online, and then you have in person. Now, almost all of them are going to be online, because unless you're creating an event where you're inviting people to show up to somebody's house, you know, you can do that, but most of them are going to be online. So it'll be a general event. You'll name it. Nicole, you're just getting all the fun tonight. Can't spell. All right, so we're going to create that. We're going to start it. Privacy is going to be always do private event. So private event means that only the people you invite and the people that they invite get invited. You want it like that because it limits who's in the party, and it's not just random weird people, because that happens sometimes. You hit next. Let's see, how do you want people to join? External link. Here's your event link. Guess what? Earlier I copied it, so there it is. And let's see, Nicole being tortured in training, and I'm using her name to make a party. I should probably not say tortured. I'll probably get banned from Facebook and end up in jail. The guinea pig. So there we go. All right. And then it'll ask you to upload a photo. Guess what photo I'm going to use, you guys? Same one. That photo is getting used a lot tonight. And then you hit create event. Now, the cool thing about events is they show up in people's calendars. They get reminders for them. So that's always nice. Now, the problem is that, let's see, where is it at? Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I said create event. Why did it not finish? Go away, go away. It's like, why am I not all the way in there yet? Gotta love intervent. All right, there we go. So it's telling me that my event is starting. So when you go in to do posts for this, same thing, you're going to, you know, type whatever you want in your post. But the problem is notice there's no calendar. Everything that you post in an event has to be done at that moment. So you have to post it right then. You cannot schedule posts in a event, which is not fun. So everything that you do has to be done right now when you're doing it during the live. Now, Facebook events are great if you want to do a party that the party is today and we're doing it at 7 o'clock and we'll be done by 8 o'clock and you want to do everything live in that format. It's absolutely perfect to do an event. A group will give you more time span to create the event. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes some sense, you guys. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the order tab on on the workstation. Does anybody have any questions about Facebook groups and Facebook events? Because I want to show you guys a few other little things in here really quick. And then I'm going to briefly talk about 2 integrations that I use in my parties that will help you with your parties, but we're going to talk way more about them. They're going to each have their own training. So there'll be one next Monday and then one the Monday after, where we'll talk about those things specifically so that you guys will get the best, because I can't shove them into a condensed time. Does that make sense? All right. So if nobody has any questions about Facebook events and Facebook groups, if you think of anything later, you can totally message me. You can use the comment section of the team page and let me know that you had a question there. That's perfectly fine. You can, whatever. All right. So individual orders. Individual orders are great. So let's take, for example, on Monday, we launched Hocus Pocus. Now, let's say you're doing a party. So Nicole is doing a party for Jessica. She's the consultant. Jessica is the hostess. And Jessica wants the Hocus Pocus warmer. And it comes out on Monday. And, you know, she wants Nicole to order it for her and everything like that. In order to not have to use your workstation to place the order, you can order on the in your workstation as an individual order. And I'm going to use Joyce's name again because we've used her already tonight, so I'll know who to delete later. So basically you will enter their name. If they're already saved in the system, their stuff will come up. If they're not saved in the system, you'll have to enter all the customer information in. You can make sure that you check in order and shipping notifications. Make sure you always, if somebody gives you their email address, always enroll them in your newsletter. If they told you they wanted to host a party, click that. If they are interested in the consultant opportunity, click that. That'll show up in your reports that you have people that are interested. And then right here where it says attach order to a party. So we know that Nicole, oh, I have 2 parties named that. We know that Nicole is hosting this party, so we're going to add it to that. It will add to the host base, and then you ship it to the customer's address, save and continue, and it will bring you to the order entry page. There we go. So you could add, it's the Sanderson sisters because the warmer is gone, but the wax is still available. So you would add that and then just hit checkout. So that is what's great about the individual orders, is that you can attach things to a party and you don't have to worry about going to your personal website. So if there's a big launch and you have a bunch of people that are ordering under different parties, you can put everybody in beforehand and then just go in, add the products, check them out if they're not all ordering under a party for you. So hopefully that helps. Scent and warmer of the month. If you're not subscribed, you would just click on that to subscribe. And then hopefully everybody knows about the consultant store. So this is where you buy all your marketing materials, catalogs, and all of that fun stuff. I tell people there's 2 sections of the consultant store that are the best. So the first one is going to be the new, because this is where they put all the new stuff. So I always like to click on the new. Like every time I'm in the consultant store, I click on new first because there's always something new. If it will load, la, 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 la. There we go. All right, so the holiday brochures are available right now. The harvest brochure is also the harvest brochure your customers and you can order from starting on September 1st. So we're already ordering from that. Holiday brochure goes live on October 1st. So if you need those brochures, this is where you would find them. Now, a lot of these products can be added to orders so that you're not paying for shipping twice. So as long as it's not personalized, you can pretty much add it to a regular order. So if you're you're closing out a party that's shipping to you and you need the holiday collection brochure, you would just type in holiday collection and it would bring up, and then you just have to make sure that you pick United States and English if that is your preferred language. There's all kinds of cool stuff in here. There's tumblers, there's the next agenda, bubble mailers, order forms are back in stock. So yay. But all kinds of stuff. These big bags here, I saw them when I was at the home office and they are ginormous. They're way bigger than I thought. So those are a good value. You'll see all kinds of stuff, but that's the first place to always check. Second place is the closeout, because there's always cool stuff in the closeout section and it's always been discounted. So it's a good place to grab things that you might want to send your customers, or if you have downline team members, then you're looking for some goodie gifts. So like this letterboard that I just bought last month for $14 is now $4.20 or $4.20. So yay. This tumbler that I love, I paid $15 for it. It's now $7.50. So see, this is what I'm talking about. Like I always am like, darn it. But there's tons of cute stuff in here that you can get. There's some stuff that was earlier not coming up on sale. So hopefully it's all listed as sale prices now. Okay, yes, everything is marked as sale. So they must have been adding stuff when I was on earlier. But like, for example, this duffel bag right here, I got it at SFR, and it's literally from the top of my head past my bottom long, because I carried all of my goodies back from the convention center one night in it, and that's how I know. But there's all kinds of cool stuff in the clearance section. So always check the clearance section out also. All right, does anybody have any questions about the Success store or any of that? Okay, so let me answer this question for you, because I know somebody's going to think of it later and you haven't thought of it yet. So Carrie, we opened a party and now I don't know where it's at. Do anybody see a party right now from the orders tab? No. You'll go to orders, you'll go to open orders, and you'll click that, and all of the open parties that you have will show up. So here's the one that we just opened tonight. Here's my normal open party. Here's my other normal open party, and then my 2 host parties. This is the one that we just made, but I'm gonna go ahead and delete it so I don't accidentally order that for her, because I've done that before. I get into like a launch day frenzy and just order stuff sometimes. Whoops. So that is how you get to the party orders. Now, if a customer brought you an order and you're closing out the party, you would just go into edit orders. No, you don't have to create a party and add it to Facebook. If you just have it open on your website, anytime that you post anything, you can use that party link to share. So for example, if you got a whiff box today and you shared the whiff box, Nicole, if you wanted to share the whiff box with the link to order, you would always link it to your party. Let's see, why is this taking so long? Sorry, my internet is so slow, you guys. There we go. All right, so if you wanted to add a order to the party, so if you wanted to add, like if you wanted to put in a bulk order, and so let's say everybody at Nicole's work wants to buy a 6-pack of bars, so she goes into the party and she's going to add each person into this party. So she'll come in and she'll hit add another guest. And if you've never done this before, I highly suggest that you go in and play with it, because it seems intimidating at first, but once you've done it a little bit, it's not so hard. My stepmom's going to get all these email notifications that I'm adding orders to her cart. She's going to call me and ask me what I'm doing. Come on. There we go. All right. So if you wanted to add another guest, you would hit save and add another guest. If you didn't and you wanted to just add products to the cart, I'll show you that too. Let me add another guest because I clicked it on accident. Let me add my sister. They get tortured. All right, so you hit save and add products to the cart. All right, so now once you're in the cart, you would just click on their cart, and then whatever they want to order, you would type in here. So if she wanted a 6-pack of bars, I find it easier to just use vague words. So typing the word bars, it's going to bring up everything that has multiple bars in it. So you'll get car bars, you'll get Scentsy, a 3-pack of Scentsy bars, a 6-pack of Scentsy bars. And, notice the puzzle that we just saw on clearance is there. So you'll just click on add it, and then it's going to ask you how many you want, build your bundle, and then you're going to just start typing in the name of the wax. So when I first joined, we had abbreviations for everything. And so like for me, it's very hard to type the name of a bar because I remember the older bars, like what their codes were. So like Weathered Leather was WTL. And so I should have not used ones that had those old codes because it makes me stop and think when I'm typing it. But then you just hit save and add bundle. Now, if you're needing to give your customer a total because you're placing the order, I'll show you how to do that. I call it cheating. It's totally cheating. If my cart ever loads, la, 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 la. Everybody should live in the country, y'all. Just kidding. I love that it's working. It's just working slow. I learned patience. What's happening right now is it's downloading all of these images. And so that's what takes forever on my side. Does anybody have any questions while we wait? We have 4 whole bars. Come on, Luna and Weathered Leather. There we go. One more. Come on, Weathered Leather. There you go. All right. There we go. All right, so it's now saved. Now, if you needed to give her a total with tax and shipping, this little thing that says estimate total with tax and shipping, you click it and it will show what the total is. Now, party orders have $10 shipping until they reach $350. So if you did a bulk order for all your customers, you need $350 in order for it to get free shipping. Now, as you add things to other people's carts, it will start to divide the shipping amongst the buying customers. So if I add something to Cheryl's cart, it will then charge $5 and $5. And then when I add stuff to my cart, then it will then change it to $3.33 each person, and so on and so forth. So basically the customers will divide that $10 of bulk shipping as long as everything's coming to one place. Hopefully that makes sense. If not, please private message me. I'll try my best to explain it because it's kind of hard. So then you would be able to tell Joyce that her total is the $43.38 or whatever it is once you've done that. Once you get the party ready to go and everybody's orders are in, it will ask you to add host rewards. So I'm just going to add in Cheryl's cart, I'm going to add a bunch of stuff. Because notice I'm at $30. So I'm going to add 5 of these. Total like a scam order right now. And then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to add another 2 to mine. To hit the 350 mark. Okay, so now this party has been created. It has free product or free shipping. Now you'll notice it says host reward fee $5. Now that host reward fee is there if you don't use the half price items. Once you use the half price items, this party has 2, it will go away. If you are the host and you don't want to spend any money on anything for half price, just get light bulbs. A single light bulb is $2, so half price makes them $1. So you can just type in bulb and then add one twice. And so then you've only used $2 instead of the $5 that it was going to charge you. Okay, now let me show you this. Under party summary, you'll see assign perpetual party reward to. Now a perpetual party reward is a built-in half price item. It's built into every single qualifying party. So qualifying party is a $200 party because when Nicole has a party and at her party, Jessica books a party, when Nicole attends Jessica's party, Nicole gets an item for half price at Jessica's party. Does everybody track that? If that makes sense, nod your head. If it doesn't make sense, you can shake your head. It's okay. So it's basically a host reward for you getting a booking at a party. So if the party does not have an originating host, so Nicole comes up to me at a vendor event and decides to book a party. I have this built-in half price item that I can then use to give her something special, or I can use it to get items that I'm going to sample out. Favorite thing I like to sample out is washer whiffs with party orders, because I don't like to mail them because they're a little heavy. So you would just pick one of the small washer whiffs. If you have like 4 or 5 people, that gives you enough to give everybody a scoop. If you have a party with like 20 people, make sure you get the tub. But for $6, I'm giving everybody at the party a sample of something that they may not have tried. So then once everything's ready to go, you hit checkout. Oh, I didn't use the host rewards or the host credit. It's going to tell me, are you sure you want to continue? Oh, no, it didn't used to be. It would ask you, are you sure you want to continue? But you would just basically hit continue once you pick the shipping information. I should have picked my free items. I did not. And usually it will ask me if I'm sure I want to. But then when you get here, when you go to pay, if you have your customer's card information, you will use, click on that and then enter her card information for her card. It will deduct it. Then same thing for hers, and then for hers. And as you use their credit cards to pay for their specific orders, it will gray them out. You can't check them anymore. And then after you do that, you just hit submit and it will be in. Once you've submitted an order, you can find it in your order history. So you're going to see mine. I closed out a bunch of open orders today. I had some inventory or some orders from my vendor event this weekend, and then I closed out some open parties so that I could get some stuff that I needed to have on hand for the fair. But you can go in and you can see all your orders here. Now I'm going to show you what happens when an order ships. If you go to, here we go. Where did it go? Where did it go? So sorry, my husband's home. All right, why can't I find this part? There we go. All right, so this was my party that I just closed. That's not the one I wanted though. Hold on. I apologize, you guys. Where it is it at? Here we go. The Hocus Pocus order. There we go. So when you go into an order, once it's placed, you can go in and you'll see the tracking number. If you have direct ships, you'll see that once their stuff is shipped, it will have a tracking number. So these ones have not shipped yet, but this one has. So then all I have to do is click on that. I can send the customer the tracking information from there. Does anybody have any questions about the party tab? I'm going to close it out really quick. Okay, so I want to show you on here. So remember I said I wanted to show you a few things on the party page. So on the party page on the website, this is on my personal website. This is not my workstation. If a customer asks me about a product, I can search for that product. And then when I find, like, somebody wants to know all about element warmers. So what I would do is then you click up here where it says party, and it's going to bring up this sidebar. And in order to send them the direct link, you will hit share party, and you can copy the page link. And then I'll show you maybe that you just copy and paste it, and it will take you directly to that same link, and it keeps them in the party. All right, so there is a question. So they should get an email about their order shipping, especially if you check the button that says make sure that they get emails. If you don't check that button, they may not get a shipment email. I always message them if it was a workstation order versus a personal website order. Personal website orders, they always get the email, but workstation orders, I always do it because I've always done it, but it's kind of like a double tap. So if they get a text message or Facebook message from me with their tracking information and get an email from Scentsy, it's kind of like, we've double tapped it. All right. So there's how you share a party. Now, if you wanted to post in a Facebook event that you're doing, a direct link. Like, let's say you're talking about element warmers and how they're so cool because they don't use a light bulb. And so you want to share them with the people that are doing the party. You can post in the party. I clicked it. There we go. And post it, and it will be a direct link. I would not recommend just posting a link to something. I would recommend that you talk about them and then share the links so that they can go check it out. When you just post a link, it comes across as spammy, but I was just showing you for the sake of showing you how to do things. Now, next week, we're going to talk about Visly, which is a program that you can use to post in your groups for you. So you may notice, like, sometimes in the team page, there'll be some interaction posts that come up and it'll say Visly at the very bottom. Those are actually scheduled posts that are through Visly. And it's posts that I have set up in a system. So it's kind of like a bot that will post for you. You can use that instead of scheduling your posts. Now, the cool thing about Visly is once you have it set up, so if you set up your fall and winter party, Visly, then if you're doing a party for Nicole, then all you got to do is program the Visly into Nicole's party. And then when Jessica has her party, you go into Jessica's party and you program it through your Jot form, and it does everything for you. It does take a little bit of getting used to. I'm still not 100% tech savvy on it, but I'm going to show you guys what I know and how to use it. So we'll talk about that next Monday. And then the Monday after, we're going to talk about Jot form and how you can use it in your parties. Jot form I've talked about a little bit before, but Jot form is how I collect door prize information. So I'm going to show you guys this form. So this is my generic door prize slip. And then when I'm using it for a specific party, I just make a copy of it to use. So it just collects all their information. It asks about, if they're interested in a party, they submit it. It's very generic, very boring. But you just copy the link from that and share it in the party. And then you get an email for what it looks like, or you get, let's see. I don't have an inbox. You can click on inbox once you have submissions, and it will show you each person's individual form, and you can look at each one of them separate. It's going to tell me I have nothing in this inbox. All right. Does anybody have any other questions? I'm going to stop sharing. Yeah, see, you don't have any submissions. I know, I don't. All right, so I'm going to stop the share and see if anybody has any questions. If I've made your brains hurt, I'm sure that it has. Okay. All right, so I'm going to share one more time because we're going to do our door prize drawing for tonight. And so what I have tonight is I have an envelope, and in there are 5 harvest brochures and 5 holiday brochures for you to share with your customers. So you'll get a total of 10 brochures in this envelope. I'm going to stop the recording before we do the drawing because I don't want people to have FOMO. All right, let's stop the recording.